of Ghana is the Nigerian Get Pleasure, bringing you political news in our channel, Akroma TV. According to the news, NDC might have to change Nana Opoko as the running mate of John Mahama because from the emphasis and from everything that has been laid down, comparing the NDC and MPP running mates, John Nana has no record, like she has no mates to compare to Dr. Adutwum and NAPO. Please watch.
This pair is the reason why Nana Opoko-Agyeman may be changed. I'm giving this to you viewers tonight. Take it. If ever Nana Opoko-Agyeman is changed as John Mahama's running mate, it will be because of the fright of this pair. The NDC have held a meeting and they are particularly frightened about this Dr. Adutwum and Nana Opoko-Agyeman situation. So we ask the question that on education curricular development, whom do you trust? If Fear Adutwum is the candidate for the MPP running mate, Nana Opoko-Agyeman is the candidate for the NDC, both of them have been ministers for education. That's all Nana Opoko-Agyeman has done in politics anyway. She was vice chancellor of the University of Cape Coast, the first ever female vice chancellor. Congratulations to her. We love her for that. But she was minister for education as well under John Dramani Mahama. And the data of education is there. How many people wrote SSE? How many people passed? How many went through free SHS? How many did this? Who has influenced policy? Who understands education policy? Education is a feature of the people who are voting. The people who are voting are looking for education for their children. So this is going to be a very awesome comparison between Nana Opoko-Agyeman and Adutwum if Adutwum becomes. What are people saying? They are thinking that the NDC should change Nana Opoko-Agyeman. Otherwise, if this argument comes in, Nana Opoko-Agyeman falls flat at the feet of Adutwum. No Ghanaian, they say, I don't know, people are saying, no Ghanaian, they say, will look at Adutwum and Nana Opoko-Agyeman and think that Nana Opoko-Agyeman is superior to Adutwum on education policy. Zero. Even the most core NDC person will admit that on this comparison, Adutwum floors Nana Opoko-Agyeman. I don't know. This is not our view. This is a view of what people are saying. We have not said our view. We'll say our view at some point, okay? But this is not our view. This is the view of people, okay? Now, what is your view? A viewer? Are you a viewer? What is your view? Tell us. Let's shift it on. Yes. In the other event that NAPO is made the running mate, again, he's been Minister for Education for 4 years. Nana Opoko-Agyeman has been Minister of Education for 4 years. The comparison is going to come again. Who do you trust on education policy and curricular development? NAPO is here. He has a record of education, 17 to 21. Nana Opoko-Agyeman has a record, 13 to 17. Who do you trust on education? Is education important to Ghanaians at all? I believe the answer is yes. It's always important to everyone, especially these days. Now, if you're going to hand over the reins of a government, of government to a group of people, you have to check what their education strength is. Maybe John Mahama can be president and can have a fantastic education minister. We don't know. But for the purpose of the election, we are looking at record. Because this election is going to be about record. Nobody is coming in afresh. Nobody is coming in anew. Nobody is coming in without experience. Nobody is coming in without having been there before. They've all been there before. And they are competing against each other again. So NAPO has a record for education. Nana Opoko-Agyeman has a record for education. We're going to pull up that record. I think this coverage is very simple for media. If we want to do our work the way we have to, it's very simple. It's record versus record, record versus record, record versus record. I remember ahead of 2020 elections, I interviewed President Akufo-Addo in the studio when we opened the studio. And he said that election is a simple matter. I have been president for 4 years. John Mahama has been president for 4 years. It's a straight comparison of record. His record, my record. It's as simple as that. It didn't surprise me then that in areas like Central Region, where the NDC won the parliament, the people gave the presidency to Akufo-Addo. Because comparing the record of Akufo-Addo 4 years, the record of John Mahama, the Ghanaian people felt that Akufo-Addo's record was better. Even though they were unhappy with certain things, COVID has come, there was difficulty, parliamentary elections had gone the other way, but Akufo-Addo still stood tall and won a straight first round over John Mahama because I believe the Ghanaian people had him as the honest person. He came and said, I have nothing to hide. Look at my record. Take John Mahama's record. John Mahama was able to do something with these Okada issues, which were not part of his record, but he raised it. And we believe that he got some votes out of that, which is okay. But Akufo-Addo said, it's my record. Now, if 2020 was about record, 2024 is going to be about record times 2 or record squared. It's going to be record versus record. So here it is. Nana Opoko-Agyeman, what is his record at education? Why is she having a claim to the running mate? If she becomes the running mate, why must she have a claim to the vice presidency? What is the record? Ghanaians had ever given her the opportunity. She did. She became education minister. What happened? Ghanaians have ever given NAPO the nod. He's a member of parliament. He became education minister. Now he's energy minister. What happened? That's what we're going to deal with, isn't it? Okay, let's move on and see whether there are some differences. As a result of that, there's a high...
Just because of the votes, the hard work, and everything after the comparison, it is shown that if NDC does not change Nana Opoko, that they will have to go very down, like they will not even do well in the coming election, because she has no chance to when it comes to NAPO and Dr. Adutwum. According to the records again, it is said that everything put to play, both hard work, records, and intelligence, she has no record at all, and she did poorly compared to the people in MPP.
Call that Kwame Wadako should replace Jenan Opoku-Agyemang because they don't want the bashing on education to hit the presidential ticket. That's the NDC Fear that is thinking now. They don't want the bashing on education to afflict. That's the word I'm looking for. Yes, the NDC doesn't want the bashing on education to afflict the presidential ticket. Because if you have Jenan Opoku-Agyemang and Don Mahama, education may afflict the NDC tickets if NAPO is chosen or Adutwum is chosen. There's going to be a big conversation about education. And if the NDC loses the education argument, it's not good for the ballot. Because Ghanaians are concerned about education, so you cannot lose the education argument. You can't. NDC will still have to fight for the education argument. They have to say that free SHS didn't work, the food that they give the people is not good, and the people who are day students, the food they give them is not nice, and sometimes the boarders don't have a place to stay, and the children are at home more months than they are not, so free SHS is not good. They may say that, but that would be a very, very difficult argument to sustain, because there are many, many more beautiful free SHS stories, thousands more. In any case, 1.8 million people by the next election have been educated on free SHS. Are you going to tell them that it was wrong? 1.8 million young people of the ages between 14 and 18 have gone to school on the taxpayers' money, never heard of in any African country. Never ever heard of. And it's every school. The best schools in Ghana, you go there for free. Wesley Girls, you go there free. Achimota, you go there free. Presec, you go there free. St. Peter's, you go there free. St. Augustine's, Disadel, Aquinas, Laboni, Pempe College, you go there for free. Never ever heard of it was not possible. That's what everybody said. We all believed it. And the NDC thought it was not possible. So now it's going to be difficult for the NDC to say that, oh, forget about their free SHS, it didn't work. Well, they may say it, but it's up to Ghanaians to make a decision. So it's all going to be about record and record. So they are saying that, okay, look, Jenana is dangerous. Put Iwadako there. Iwadako is from Ashanti. He can talk. Why is the NDC concerned about Ashanti? Because if you look at the Ashanti votes, and some people are telling John Mahama that, look, you should be going to Ashanti even more than Dr. Bawumia. Because you see, Volta region, you may win. They are your people, you may win. But if you don't do well in Ashanti, you can never win the election. Because even the 25% votes that you get in Ashanti for 2020 is higher than the total number of votes in terms of raw scores, as they say, for what you get in the Volta region. So NDC wins Volta region by 90%. So they get some figures. But those figures is lesser than what they get in Ashanti. I don't want to go into the figures because I know what I'm saying is correct, and they all know that. So they are saying that, Chief, you want to win this election, you have to cut the 35% in Ashanti. Once you grab 35% of Ashanti, we hold Volta, we will do well in Greater Accra, we will restore Central, Bawumia can take the North. Chief, we will win the election. So there's pressure on John Mahama right now. What is he going to do? Should he keep Jenan Opoku-Agyemang, or should he do the Ashanti politics with Kwame Wadako? If it is Kwame Wadako and it is NAPO, whom do you trust on energy, sustainability, and policy? Whom do you trust? Energy, sustainability, and policy. Whom do you trust? So we're rolling it on, and there's also Alex Fear, who is coming in on the heels of the concern that the Voltarians are not happy. The Voltarians are not happy at all. Fifi Kwete is in the National Executive, he's Voltarian. But they think that they need a presidential slot. So they are thinking Alex Fear. I suspect that argument will collapse. It's not going to sustain.
Please do do well to like, comment, follow, put on notification bell so you get all our news for one by follow. Thank you, my people.